discuss it for hours, but then again, until we see how easy sell the guidelines seem, and until anything happens, we can't say anything, because whatever happens is going to happen, because we have no idea what could happen. It's one of the most unpredictable law predictions I've ever seen, because there's nothing to predict, because it's so bloody vague.
Yeah, totally agreed. So what else do you want to cover? There was that press release about scanlations on the Apple Store, which seems kind of odd.
Apple in trouble? Oh no!
So they're complaining about specifically mentioned some Haruki Murakami and Keigo Higashino novels that are on there. Besides all the scanlations that are available, and I mean, if nothing else, that the big surprise is that nobody's meant. This is the first time that anyone in Japan seems to have noticed this, because they've been out there for months and months and months. The question is why they did this via press release. Unless it's just for publicity, I don't know.
Well, they could easily just file a complaint to Apple and they'll take the apps down. So
right.
If it's their copyright, Apple are more than happy to take stuff down for them.
Yeah.
So why they're doing it as a press release? Probably because they want to make a warning. It's not just a warning to who actually made the press release? Was it an individual company or?
It's a consortium of Japanese publisher groups and associations.
Yeah, okay. If it's a thing of actual publishers and associations, then it's a statement. It's like the Pokemon thing, except not for publicity. To buy this game. I'm talking about a few weeks ago when the guy got arrested about the Pokemon thing. But instead, it's about the fact that if they mention that they're going to make a massive deal over the fact that a couple of mangas have been on the Apple Store, which Apple, one of the most compliant people when it comes to copyright.
Yeah.
Then what it's trying to do is for years now they have been trying to scare our oh dearie beloved streaming sites and download sites, which will allow me tomorrow morning to watch the disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya film.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I'm so excited. But basically, what they're trying to do with this is they're trying to say, if we're not allowing this, you make a streaming site. Think what we're going to do to you.
Yeah.
We'll get the Yakuza on you. Gainax probably have the Yakuza on them already.
Yeah.
Again, they're cool enough. But whatever is going to happen, it's just it's really hard to say whether this will have too much of an effect, because I think either one thing's going to happen or not. Either everyone's going to freak out that they're making a deal over this, they're going to make a massive deal over what we've done.
Yeah.
But then again, it could go the other way. It could everyone be maybe everyone sees it like it probably is, in that it's just an overreaction to scare people, and it means that they don't have to do as much because they think that everything will collapse in on itself if they put enough pressure on it.
Yeah.
And if people start realising that, then you have a large problem on your hands, because then nothing will happen, and they did all that stupid crap for nothing and spent all the money on the lawyers, and it just means that our animes get less production time, and then they don't look as good. But that's a rant. Anyway, it's pointless baby whining to get what they want.
Matt, any comments?
Nope, I pretty much agree.
Okay, fair enough.
He says everything.
Looking back through the list, there's not too much controversial or remarkable. Square Enix's electronic manga stores in North America and France. Don't know why it's not England as well.
France. I mean, let's look at the situation. North America, booming manga industry. Canada. I mean, I'm surprised I haven't actually done it in Canada, which confuses me because that's got quite a large industry as well.
It's North America, so that'll count.
Okay, then that's fine. So yeah, North America, Canada, large industry. France, surprisingly large industry. Like one of my one of the French sort of teachers that came around a while ago, as a joke, I sort of referenced an anime in one of my sort of random sort of speeches things, and she genuinely knew what it was, and she ended up actually talking about that as part of a test, like talking about the anime. So you know, France has got a pretty good manga industry, not as good anime surprisingly, but a very good manga industry. Yeah. Britain, we're a cult audience. That's why we don't get the anime. That's why we don't get all the manga. You know, we you know, as otakus, we probably treasure being otakus more than anyone else. But then again, it's because in England, we're a cult audience, cut off from everything else. Yeah. That's what makes us so weird as otakus. We're otakus in a place where you shouldn't get otakus as much, because again, we're a cult audience, and that's all that is. So it's not a case of I'm surprised it's not coming to England as much as I'm kind of just kind of surprised that it's going to France in that, you know, if it's so close, why not? You know, you'll get a few quid out of it. Why not?
Right. Yeah. Interesting. The K-On! School defaced with graffiti and the piano played. That was kind of sad.
What was this?
The school that was the basis for K-On! Got they found there was some graffiti, as well as some folks broke in and played on the piano unauthorized. And they're just sort of saying, "Look, Otaku, cut it out."
Yeah. One thing I've got to ask.
Oh, you first.
How did they know they played on the piano?
That's a very good question. Let me check the original article.
Because the people who are...
I'm guessing there's a security camera, but you know, if there isn't a security camera, I want to know: did the piano tell them he had been played on, or she? We don't know.
Where did they touch you? They touched me on my keys.
On all my lower keys. It was awful.
They mentioned that they mentioned that the broadcasting equipment and the piano in the auditorium were used. So I can only assume that folks like turned on the PA system, which must have triggered some kind of recording or something. Or folks could just hear it happening and like, what's going on?
You know, I mean, sticking with the theme of K-On!, you know, they aren't actively going out and destroying the stuff. So, you know, they aren't saying that they're lazy.
Hey.
Reference of the day. Oh yeah. No, but seriously, it's silly that, you know, again, one person does a bad thing and we all look bad. I mean, look at Britain right now. The whole students riots thing. Yeah. It's not a riot. It's a peaceful protest by like 4 people who then turn it into a riot, and then like these small incidents end up.
No. This may be an anime show, but no, it is not 4 people. It is massive amounts of people that are being violent, and they have no right to protest. I would explain why. It is a lot of bollocks to be protesting.
We totally have a right to protest. We have a right to make our opinion.
It doesn't really affect you, because you take out a loan to pay for it, and then you might not even have to pay for the loan if you're not earning 30,000 quid a year. So it doesn't affect you, because you have to pay back the loan when you can afford it. So it doesn't matter.
9 grand!
What do you do?
Wait. You're complaining about 9 grand for a college education? Seriously?
Education.
Say what?
Well, yeah, but
university education.
Yes, university education. Do you have any idea what I paid for my university education over here? 9, that's nothing, dude. Wow.
That's damn it.
No, but the simple fact is you have to pay it back when you can afford it. It's not like they're saying you have to pay it back as soon as you leave university. You don't have to pay it back until you can afford it. And if you never afford it, in 25 years, that loan goes away. Wow. Simple as that. That loan is gone. You never have to even think about it. If you start earning £100,000 a year, you still don't have to pay it back.
And That's why the KO piano was problematic. Segueing conversation.
Yeah, there we go. Anyway.
It's how you survive. It's how you survive in this world.
So the folks behind who basically run the campus have said that if these incidents continue, they will consider closing the campus down. So, please.
Also physically, as in actually closing the school.
Yeah.
As in students go away.
Well, it's not a functioning school. Basically, it was a functioning school. It was closed down, then reopened, I think, a few years ago as essentially an open campus. So folks can come in, rent the rooms, use the building. But it's not a full scale, functioning elementary school. But they may have to just shut it down.
Well, if it's not a full-on school, then that's okay.
Yeah.
I guess, you could just move it to a different location. But it's a shame that the building would be left to rot. Basically.
Right. Again.
Yeah.
I mean, the guys who obviously came up with KM would be very disappointed by this. So.
Yeah. True.
And I mean, partially I am slightly also annoyed about the fact that I've never been a K-On! Fan. I've expressed that several times. But the fact that K-On! And they're going this far, it seems kind of like there's overkill and there's overkill to a limit. But come on, guys, it's just K-On! You don't have to you want to see the school and stuff, and the school was an inspiration, but it's not the school.
I don't think they're fans of the show. I don't think they're fans of the show. If they're breaking into it and graffitiing it, it's the fact that they physically tarnished the image of the school that hints to me that they're not fans.
Let me just see what.
Which is a better thing, because if they were fans and they'd broken into the school, I'd be disappointed because it paints us in a bad light.
Yeah.
But this is just people that have heard of K-On!,
Yeah.
For all we know, it could just be their friends like K-On!, and they don't necessarily like their friends very much, so they thought they'd get back at them by besmirching the school.
That's true. That could be.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know. If we look at the CCTV footage and we zoom in very carefully, I think we could see the K-On! Sneakers right there.
I want to get those K-On! Sneakers for just someone.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, totally.
Because I would not personally wear.
What we do is we dress it to someone and then we pay them back.
Ah, nice. Here. So, what else? Not really anything else. New season of Bakuman.
Statue, apparently. Something to do with that.
Oh?
Boomer Saga. I love Ghibli, but I wouldn't break into the Ghibli Museum and graffiti the Totoro statue. I have too much respect for that. Totoro
Exactly.
Statue, really, the big rabbit guy. What?
Yeah.
Is that a piece of news, or is that referencing Bakuman? No, I don't like it.
Well, I vote we talk about the Dragon Ball golf balls again.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, those are so awesome.
I wasn't on last week, so yeah, go for the golf ball.
So they have Dragon Ball Z golf balls.
Dragon Ball, it's having Dragon Ball Z golf balls will make you happy. Something which is much needed in golf.
Mm-hmm. True.
I don't see.
Yeah, and the one point we raised in the last show, and Brent, you emailed me about this later on. Or at least we both mutually agreed that there probably isn't any golfing animes.
Ah.
But there's no badminton ones either. Why do they do tennis, table tennis, and all that crap? And the only ever thing of badminton I've seen in anime is one small screenshot thing of Fruits Basket. I like badminton. I want more badminton anime. Just do Prince of Badminton.
That's a point. Fair point.
Badminton's probably because sports animes aren't all too big. I'm not sure how big it is, the sports animes, but it seems to me that the big industry sellers are hardcore and music. We got and slice of life, and for example, KO, and why is it so popular? It's music and slice of life.
Yep.
So you've got the best of both worlds, and the thing about sports is it'll be watched by the people who play the sport. Great, but then again, if the person doesn't play the sport, you could potentially be alienating them, which people don't want to do, and there are the golf balls there, which are glorious.
Yeah, they are awesome.